Hello everyone. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to integrate Stripe with your Firebase project to allow for one-time payments in addition to subscription payments for your users. In addition to allowing your users to go ahead and manage their subscriptions so that they can cancel their plan and have a nice user experience. So let's get right into it. First, you're going to want to go into your Firebase project and install the Stripe extension. So you can just search for Stripe in the Firebase extension hub, and it'll be that first option there with 15,000 installs. Then it'll make you select the project, and you'll have to probably upgrade and select a billing account because it's going to create some cloud functions and some things in the back end for you that will require some payments if it actually reaches the thresholds. So you'll need to enable some services there, artifact registry, things for cloud functions and things of that nature, as well as you'll also need to go into Stripe at that point and create an API key so that the Firebase plugin and the cloud functions that it creates can actually integrate with Stripe. So it'll make you give it some permissions there. This is a restricted API key. Once you create it, you can copy that key and go back into the Firebase extension configuration, paste that in, click Create Secret. I recommend setting a minimum instance here to 1 just to help prevent cold starts. Then it'll go ahead and install that plugin in your project. You'll need to go back and actually click Manage there again so that you can configure the webhook, which will actually have Stripe ping your Firebase when like a new subscription is created so that I can update that in the database. So allowing for two-way communication here. So you copy the endpoint URL that it provides you, and you select the events that it tells you to select. And this can be a little bit time consuming, but just go through and select the ones that it needs. The ones that I just popped up on the screen, those 16, are the ones that you're going to need to select for your Stripe webhook. And then after you've selected all of these, then you'll be able to copy that signing secret, which is right there. You'll reveal it and copy it, and then bring that back over to your Stripe configuration within Firebase. You'll need to reconfigure the plugin. And the reason you have to do that is because you won't know the cloud function name that it creates for you until you initially create the plugin. So you need to do these two steps here. And then once it's reconfigured, then you'll actually be able to go ahead and create your products. So I'm going to create a couple products here. First, I'm going to create a one-off product. So this is one-time payment. Let's create that. I'll also go ahead while I'm in here and create a recurring payment just for testing. And then those two are created. What we'll actually use now is the pricing ID. And the reason that is because you might have a product where you create multiple prices for it as you're developing. So to get really granular, you copy in the pricing ID, and then it knows what to actually pull up for the user to charge them and under what product. So you copy those pricing IDs. I'm just saving them in a config here for now under my template that I've created. But you can also just use these in your own code. So you copy these, and then once we run it, we'll see that now we can actually click those, and it'll take us to a checkout page. Since we did this under the dev environment in Stripe, these won't actually be live payments, but you can test this and confirm that you're communicating with Stripe and Firebase and that whole integration is working correctly before you actually move to production. So here's the function for creating checkout sessions and how I implemented it with the pricing IDs, and here's the create portal for allowing users to go ahead and manage their billing. I will also be sharing this in a GitHub repository, which I will link below, so you can use them in your own projects, or you can go ahead and just buy all my boilerplate under React SaaS. That's completely up to you. Here's the pricing component, which just shows the user their options. So if I go over to pricing, you can come here, you can see that you can buy now or subscribe. This is just a generic pricing component, which calls that create checkout session function with the pricing IDs and allows your users to actually go ahead and pay for your products or services. So coming back over here, there's a couple other components which come with React SaaS. One is billing and one is Stripe testing. Billing is just limited to the selected products that you put in the config, but the actual Firebase Stripe example there dynamically pulls in all of your products so that you have an idea of how it actually goes ahead and pulls in data from Firebase and how everything all syncs, just to allow you to start to grasp better how that integration was built and works in the backend. One other thing to note is when you're ready for it, you're going to want to go over to Stripe and switch out of the test mode and then configure that plugin again, install it in your prod environment so that you can take real live payments from your users. And that's all I got. So have fun building. I hope this was helpful.